I started sharing my poetry with family and friends, I was told that I was writing in a genre called cowboy poetry, and I had no idea what cowboy poetry was, but I went to the internet and I got the description, and I've kind of compressed that description to be, it's a bunch of guys sitting around a campfire talking about the women they've loved and the horses they've lost, or the horses they've loved and the women they've lost. But it does kind of fit my style of poetry writings, but I ride a single motorcycle that has 110 horses. So anyway, every poet, I understand, needs a love poem in their portfolio, so I endeavored to write a love poem, and my first attempt was a poem called Iceman and Charlie. I'm Iceman. Riding the Harley with a chick named Charlie when she said, let's go to the coast. Let's walk hand in hand, barefoot in the sand, and watch the sunset. That's what I want most. I said, I've got shit to do, but it's all about you. With this girl, I just can't say no, so I patted her ass. I said, let's get some gas, and then we'll be ready to go. At the pump, we saw Chase. Well, we all call him Race, because he never goes slow, only fast. He introduced Sadie as his next ex-old lady. You got to wonder if that's going to last. Now, he wants to know where we're going to go because him and Sadie are free, and if we wouldn't mind, they'll just tag on behind and ride until she's got to pee. And I said, look, dude, I don't mean to be rude, but Charlie and me got a plan. And old Race, well, he frowns, and then he looks down and studies the thumb on his left hand. Then he starts to grumble, and we feel the rumble as 10 or 12 bikes hit the lot. And sure enough, I spot trouble. He's packing double, and so is this dude they call Snot. Leading the pack is this big guy named Mac, and riding beside him, his red-headed squeeze. Ain't it a shame I don't know her real name, but when she's with Mac, well, she's cheese. There's Tweety and Spike, and on this stretched-out green bike is this GQ-type dandy called Cash. Tigger and Spokes, and a black dude named Smoke, and a redneck known simply as Rash. Gizmo, Shiny, this big fat guy, Tiny, and this tall thin chick riding a pan. Her sled's cobalt blue, and you can tell she ain't new, because that sure ain't no electric beach tan. She's brown as a nut, got a tight little butt, and her skin, well, it looks just like leather. So I christen her Boots, and the redneck he hoots, and she cops a toot. My name's Heather. Through the pillage and plunder, you just gotta wonder what it is makes a nickname stick. Well, quick as you please, just one drunken sneeze, and that dude they call Snot used to be Mick. In trouble? Well, hell, that's clear as a bell. He spends most of his Saturday nights sitting in jail waiting for bail after shooters and 2 or 3 fights. Right about here, Mac yells, let's ride for a beer. Let's roll before it gets hot. Mount up your steeds, let's do dastardly deeds and just hope that nobody gets caught. Old Tiny says, Ice, it sure would be nice to know which highway we're taking. I said, hell, I don't know. I ain't running this show. That's a decision for Mac to be making. And Mac says, well, boys, come on, make some noise, because I just don't know what to think. And that's when Charlie stepped in, about as subtle as sin, and shoots me a conspiring wink. She says, let's head east on the I-90 beast, up over the pass, then who knows? It might just be heaven to catch 97 and ride north just as far as it goes. Let's have a beer at that bar, the Brick, it ain't far. There's an affirmative nod from the pack. We'll have another in Chelan and complete this plan by closing the bars in Omak. Well, nobody moves, like I gotta approve, but then I figure out what to tell them. I lie. It's no use, I gotta drop a deuce. Y'all take off, we'll catch up in Cleellen. Growling and howling and spinning their tires, they're off like a wolf pack with rabies. Vehicles yield, Gizmo cuts through a field, mothers are shielding their babies. They go left at the light when the last bike's out of sight. I give this cutie a hug. I said, hon, I'm impressed. You're simply the best. I'm high and you're a natural drug. Yeah, I was feeling real good like an old fat guy should. And, you know, it's really not like me to boast, but I was riding the Harley with a chick named Charlie when she said, now, let's go to the coast. So now, you might have noticed that right after walking hand in hand barefoot in the sand, that one kind of ended up not being a love poem, but it is geographically correct, I got to tell you that. So I wrote another one, and I titled this one The Question, and this one is a love poem. She whispered low her question, and I answered, yes, I do. When she asked, is there another, I stated, no, there's only you. She said, I saw you looking at that young thing dressed in red. Well, not the way I look at you. That's what I should have said. But foolishly I confessed, her curves did catch my eye. Oh, to be that young again, her bosom heaved a sigh. And I said, please don't go there, darling, because we've had all these years. I've shared with you so many miles, my hopes and dreams, my fears. We fit together hand in glove, like two spoons nestled tight. Our hearts seem to beat as one, you know, it just feels right. You take me to a place that's not easy to describe. It's like a gin and tonic high with no need to imbibe. And she said, yes, I know with you I've always felt connected, but I swear these sweet young things all seem to be injected. They're sleek and smooth and shiny, adorned in bright glad rags. Well, that was me 10 years ago. Hell, I've got saddlebags. I attempted to assure her that she's all I ever wanted. She didn't seem to hear me. She's hollow. No, she's haunted. I asked, do you recall that trip to Wilbur? The time when we got lost. The stubble in the wheat fields, the early autumn frost. The county roads through the farms, speed limit 45. I hold you close, you urge me on. I truly feel alive. A long, straight stretch of blacktop, seductive, that's for sure. Sweet acceleration, the ailment or the cure. Shallow breath, shaky knees, my heart begins to pound. 100, 110, 120, and then I hear that sound. I feel your strength, this is real, I know it's not a dream. We pushed it to the red line, it's a primal scream. We are one together. And now you see it too. You are the only one for me, and I the one for you. That little tart in crimson might have captured me at 40, but I've matured, and now I see she's just a little sporty. So, darling, ask that question once again, and I will tell you true. Yes, my 2002 Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail with bug-encrusted windscreen, 95-inch jugs, fat mini apes, Mustang seat, and silver-studded saddlebags. I really do love you. Hey, thanks for listening.